Hey everyone, it's Son of Beast, and I'm Terry Crews, and this is NHL 25, Season 4 on EA Sports. It's in the game, and we are ready.
Hey everybody, I'm Zo True, and I'm Terry Crews. This is another NHL on EA Sports. Our second to last part of the game is where we are coming down to the wire, as this is Game 15, because another Canadian team is about to race things on. You may have already noticed it before, but the Wilds and the Canucks would have been a better matchup, but unfortunately, it was a better trade line to change it over. As right now, the better big changing is putting in a better effort. The Ottawa Senators are about to bring things on to face against the Vancouver Canucks. They've lost 3 games in a row against each team. One for Seattle Kraken, then the Chicago Blackhawks, and then the Golden Knights. But the Vancouver Canucks, they've won some couple games against the Winnipeg Jets, then the second game the San Jose Sharks, and then the last season it was turning to be a little bit unchaotical. To give it a little bit of a hop on each seat on a day like this with a win against the Minnesota Wilds. But this time, will the Canucks win this one again, or will the Senators find themselves a win at the away game? We'll see what happens with a better range. As right now, the starting goaltenders for the Ottawa Senators is one of our biggest to take everything with all the Portland on the role models. Linus Ullmark is the starting goaltender for the Ottawa Senators. And then for the Canucks, the other side of it, as they're bringing things on to do a little bit of a changing in the range. As Kevin Lankinen is a starting goaltender for the Vancouver Canucks. Now, as my head coaches right now, as for Travis Green on the Ottawa Senators, and for Vancouver Canucks, it's Brent Tochet on the other side. We are starting at the goaltenders for our players, Ottawa Senators. Brady Tkachuk starts off with a relentless on the Ely kick. He puts an Ely hitter that has a lot of his great range on his defensive effort, the better range over Jacob Slavin, the better runs to have it all coming in. Then Tim Stützle, the puck on the string, puts it in for the alternative captain to put it in with a better range than that. And Linus Ullmark is one of our instincts to put in right in the range with his anticipation to give it all what you've got. Then for the superstar players, Claude Giroux off the rush. It goes with a great slap shot on the rush with a tricky shot ability. And then Thomas Chabot, the other side of it with the Ely edges on a great agility and direction changes with wheels, Pete Seeger, tape to tape, and in reverse. And now let's get over right toward the other side of it, as Vancouver Canucks has one of our biggest of the tape. Without Thatcher Demko, this must be in for the end of his era with the team of the Vancouver Canucks to finish off his contract for the season. As the rest of it puts it in, Quinn Hughes is one of the Ely edges to put in with a great direction changes as he's putting it in. The same thing with the last game like Jack Hughes did, but it was nothing but they really changed it over a bit from his alternate of the captain that he's been putting in for the Devils and the other one for Vancouver. But this time, he might have to see what he can definitely do to make him change. And with JT Miller, he has now been transferred over to the New York Rangers on the other side of the team. We missed him for the Vancouver. But the Rangers are so happy to be gliding him back from the 2017 season. And it was all that made the change. And then Elias Pettersson has one of the better of this snipe zone. The Ely puck settling is better range to put up with the alternative captain that range things out. Then Brock Besser. It's a snipe and a great puck settling. And finally, it's Philip Peroni. A thunderclap with a great slap shot for the point. Alright, let's get right into the third and second to final game of the regular season. My next commentary cruise I have is Roger. He is ready to show how things is done for. He's with the other side with Tyler Beast. And the third commentary of the crew is Wood Spooning. The center ice I have are where great takes in. I love to see how his better effort is putting things on. That's right now, Centerpiece is on center ice for tonight's game. We'll see you all later, everybody, for our post-game show after this conclusion of the Senators and the Canucks. It's game time. Here we go. It's our big nights here in Vancouver. I am Roger and I am here with my broadcast partner, along with the other two, with our alum and with Spoonie. And the other side of it is our big race, and a nice game is ready to bring things on here at Rogers Arena. It's big time as we're ready to get this puck settled in and get ready to start our puck drop of the night. As right now, Hughes and the team as they're ready to take things on. Here we go, and we're ready to get things on a start. All right, Vancouver Canucks are starting things off here with the first time in the transition to give a banger on the advantage of the game as we've been able to be seeing things here after the four-nation face-off as they're racing in to make the finish off with a better change in effort. It was one of our big stakes, but the only takes it happen with our great percentage is how they've done with 8% of their team as they already have made their way through. It was better to have this from a while back to come back into a rival. Well, better way to happen.
Here are tonight's starting matchup presented by Molson for the Ottawa Senators. Number 31, Benson Forsberg.
Nice effort.
And for the Vancouver Canucks, the starting goaltender, number 35, Thatcher Demko.
All the way to the postseason, and they've really been one of their best. They have really been stopping things over. And what they say now is that Garland and their team have really been keeping an eye on their carry. They really love their percentage. I just really noticing that this is what the team really knows for. And all what happens now, they really have to say is that the Canucks really have a better team to be able to remember of. This one might stand out. Here's Kachuk as he rolls it over again to Sanderson. He's rolling right toward the wing as he goes knocking down behind the back. Here's Quinn Hughes in a rush. He's right toward the wing. He will try to give a step over, and no penalty has been regaining on the Ottawa Senators as he rolls it in right toward again to JT Miller. Wilson Garland, he's right toward the outside. He rolls again at Hughes. The shot's blocked. Garland takes it over and now finding again a Horonic. Horonic now trying to give it over an advantage right now. He now rolls again at Garland. Find a pass over to JT Miller. He rolls it again to Sauchi. Sauchi now finds Garland. The backhander saved by Linus Ullmark. JT Miller now finds it again to Horonic. He will now give it back again to JT Miller. Wilson Horonic. He now tries to give the pass over again. Now finding JT Miller. Give and go with the Suter. Ball Suter's right over it again, now finding Veronic. And a chance made, and this one will carry it out by Sauchi. Easy blocker save made by Linus Ullmark. Here come the Senators as they roll again to Vaperson. He now finds over to Brady Kachuk. Trying to get an open range. A big save puts it in for Thatcher Demko as he rolls again to Blucher. Blucher, chancing a heroic shot, saved by Forsberg. This will be a starting goaltender for the Ottawa Senators. Right now, as Forsberg is playing with the better saves. Now it's a little play in for Ottawa Senators. Here's the Canucks as they're rolling it back the other way. Descharniers now finds it over again to Blucher. Blucher looks it over again to Descharniers as he rolls it right toward the wall. He now finds Sherwood. Sherwood right behind the back as he rolls that one passing over. This will get a clear eye of his own for the Vancouver Canucks team, and he'll try to reset it up in group. It's a good idea to reset it in there. I mean, they really are assertive to get keeping it higher on the game. Advantage is really like putting in a better age. But there really is never to be out there impossible that you're doing it for. Yes, I know it's really like a hard way to get this from through, but how can they definitely do this? They really have to be settling it in at a better timing. Descharniers right over toward the wings. He gives it over, pass again to Sherwood as he rolls it over. Now playing again to Descharniers. On the backhander on a shot. Trying to put it in bounding on a rebound, and it's back to Stützle. Cousins is right toward the wing as he tries to give that one an open look. Jensen. This one rolls out. And as DeBrusque takes a carry on, he now finds Pedersen. Pedersen. Flex a shot, stopped by Forsberg. And Forsberg will cover it in with only 16:48 to go. Here are the teams as they're ready to take another face-off puck drop. No score to game between Vancouver and Ottawa. And Pedersen wins the face-off. He now finds again to Sauchi. He looks it over to Myers. Myers rolls it again to Sauchi. He now finds it again to DeBrusque. DeBrusque looks to Sauchi on a shot, breaks his ass. Save made by Phil Forsberg. Now he finds it again to Buster. Actually now finds again Meyer. Meyer on the backhander pass save. CB by Forsberg. Rolls in at 16-17 to go in the first period as they're keeping it up ahead alive. Not really what everybody was saying it for, but that the Canucks have really been trying to pressure it around. There's no way they were trying to get that one to open look. You know, offense can't really make it all. The effort got clean. They're really getting that one over it. I just don't have anything to say for. Canucks are definitely trying to race it about it. There was no harder to make a joke. They really have to give somebody else a better range than that. Here's a shot pass to the making. Oh, Forsberg. He rolls that one with a nice save into the zone. Now as Baker Sidney's right toward it away, he'll give it over to Norris. He rolls it back into Kachuk. Now as the team rolls it in for the Ottawa Senators, this little puck carries out of the zone. Ottawa's rolling it back into the zone, and now it rolls it over to Norris. Biggest on a drive get. Henderson takes it over. He now tries to give it over to an open fade. Here's a shot goal saved by Forsberg. Forsberg with only 15:32 to go in the first period as they'll get this thing settled in to have the next face-off. A lot of time left in this period, trying to get someone else better attackers as they are having no score to game. Now as Miller now finds it into Myers, he will now try to give over to Salchi. Back to Myers, and that one Senator Singh takes it over with the buck steal. He rolls over to Brady Kachuk as he rolls it back out to Connor Garland. Back to JT Miller. Salchi's right toward away as he'll try to settle it into Suter. Suter chance. Connor Motion takes over back to Ottawa. Brady Kachuk rolls it again to Breeders. Beverson. Beverson now finds it to Norris, and this one is rejected out. Here's Myers. He's right toward the lane. He'll now try to give it again to Connor Garland. Easy slick move here. Fires that one right toward it again to JT Miller. Gives another one to Myers. He rolls it again to Salchi. With no penalty regaining the group, you now find Suter. Paul Suter now finds again to Myers. Myers. That sub takes it over, now finds again to Reinhard. Reinhard slicks it over right toward the lane. He now finds Sanderson on his clock. Glove saved by Dutcher Demko. Demko now has it over with another big save here as Connor Garland now finds it over to Quinn Hughes. He's rolling in. Toward the ring, glove saved by Forsberg. 14:20 left to remain in the first period, as they'll come right in with their next face-off coming up. Vancouver wins another face-off as he rolls it again to Horonek. Horonek now finds it again to Quinn Hughes. He rolls again to Horonek. Horonek now finds it again to Hughes. Here's a shot that's blocked up in traffic. As Hughes went down, he now rolls it again to Gregg. There's a little bit of bad ranger out there. I mean, I don't know what's going to keep going in there, but that's really kind of hard. This is nowhere to be matched. You really have no idea what's going to happen. If the team has really definitely been punching it out, they're definitely going to get hurt. This really is not going to make them feel like they're really comfortable out there. They really just couldn't get that one too soon. They really are just making that one a better state, and there's nowhere to be found. That behind the scrimmage is going to definitely take over with a better one. After a poke check, here's Gregg. He's right toward it away, and he rolls it back over to Cousins. Here's a shot, and a chance to Chabot. Cousins fires it away. This one rolls it in to deflected off again to Kennedy. Hiding now by it again, big recipe. Here's a chance at a one-timer. Score! That first goal starts for Saxon on a big tip in, and they got their first goal of the game. Motion after really missing in, and the guys will be now trying to get a good patch over to get a Saxon. And I don't know if it's a one-timer or a topless. This really has to start off to make that fight count. They really have to give up a better look. Here's what happened. That was in a one-on-one rush, and this is for the 2-on-1 night. And that being number 4 strike wasn't really easy enough at all. Now we got the first gun. It starts off pretty strong. You know, clearly the easier range for Dayton Hyman. He's really trying to get all that he does. That's for Vancouver's first goal of the game as he's looking for Saxon to get 2 more. So he's really never been seen names. That's his first goal of his NHL career. I love his status. I mean, I was sure enough that this really makes it a great way to have it all. Pedersen rolls it over, now finds it over again to Charny as he has it again to Pedersen. Pedersen rolls it again to Charny as he now finds Besser. Trying to get the pass over to again to Pedersen, and he rolls it over, now trying to get to Besser. Besser shot, left save, and this one blocked in traffic. Rolls again to Zug. Now the Senators will have their own chance. He now finds again to the clock guy rule.
His first goal of his NHL career, scored by number 63, Max Setson. That's his first goal of his NHL career. Assisted by number 44, Philip Ducassepi. And by number 20, Denton Heinen. Second goal for the Vancouver Canucks, 6:40 remaining in the first period. Max Setson, assisted by Philip Ducassepi. And Denton Heinen in the third period at 6:40.
Just 12:20 left in the first period. A great start off strong for Vancouver as they're up by 1. A little status out there. I will send it over to Center Beast and Center Ice about Quinn Hughes. What's your take here? Thank you, guys. Looking over it again for Quinn Hughes as he's giving it all with his better stoppage. The advantage was definitely amazing for Jack Hughes to see is on his transition, but Quinn Hughes has a lot of early edges to put in the same thing that he does for. It was how hard he made him do, but the better range of that, Jordy Kyrou was definitely noticing that this one may not be him. But Southsea and her teams are definitely looking for Quinn Hughes to give it all what he does. You know, this is the oldest brother, but he has ever been playing it before Jack Hughes and Luke Hughes has been drafted in with his team. There may be one take to that. I'll have to find out about Quinn Hughes if he rolls it in with a better range. Let's see when he can handle it, guys. The Hornets is now finding again to Southsea, and he rolls it over, now finding JT Miller on a shot, blocker made. Rebounded up by Connor Garland as he rolls again to Southsea. Southsea gives the pass again to Kyle Howard. Hornets is losing the effort. Backhander, right off the face back and roll again to Sub. Now here's Stutzel, he's right toward the wing. Well, it's definitely like how hard it went here. I mean, he was definitely like hitting from the mask. He's really like, he didn't know what happened. I'm pretty sure he's going to be okay. I think the seeing vision might be helpful. Luger, shot made here as we redirected now back to Connor Garland. Hornets now finds again to Quinn Hughes. He rolls again to Corona. One-timer, Hughes shot. Try for the rebound as Heine takes up. And Forsberg covers it up with 10:46 to go in the first. Now the teams are styled in, ready to go. 10:46 remaining as we're nearing the midway mark. Now the win for Ottawa Senators as he roll it back the airway. And it's Paperson, he's right toward the wing. And it's working out by DeBrusque. DeBrusque looks it over again to Pedersen. Looks over in play. Pedersen rolls it out. Tries to roll to Hughes, and he rolls again to Corona. Corona now trying to get a better effort to Hughes this time. Now finding again to Corona. Corona now finding again to Pedersen. On a shot's blocked by Norris. Brady Kachuk is right toward the wing. Pedersen rolls it out. Now here's Sabrowski, he's racing toward the other wing. And Norris trying to get back over again to Pedersen as he's rolled toward it right toward the court. Aronik is now giving the puck over, now finding the Besser. Past the midway mark of the period in the first period. And now he will have it over to get it to Jake DeBrusque. That one went to reach out of Sue. Here's Craig. And DeBrusque gives back to Myers. Myers now finding again to Southsea. Southsea went racing out of his own. Biggest kick here. Here's a hustle. And a shot saved by Forsberg. Wow, that really definitely had all the hard timing out there. I mean, that team was not really the easier way to be, but I really make it feel like it was not hard at all. The winner now fighting again into Guyapseby. The Giuseppe is right now playing over to get a Pinto. Pinto Chance now has it over. Trying to look at some open clear range around him. And now puts it in with a rebound by Vancouver. Vancouver's back the air right now finding again to Myers as he rolls it again to Heine. The Canucks are back in the offense zone. Luger. This one rolls it out. Now Sherwood's team will have to get back in the action. Heine rolls it out of here. Try to give Ostapchuk as he now rolls again to Reinhardt. Good play here for Vancouver. Descharniers will now send it down behind the net. And Southsea's right toward the net. Deep the pass on to Heine. Leaves that zone, trying to get the offensive run a better look. Descharniers is right toward the wing, now finding again to Sherwood. Sherwood gives it again to Descharniers. Descharniers, cutting motion, saved by Forsberg. And now Ostapchuk is right toward the wing. He's now trying to make a spin-off. He rolls to Reinhardt and a shot saved by Thatcher Demko. Really what they say now, I mean, that really gets to give someone a range, and now you know that they've really been keeping an eye on the range out. They really wasn't able to be sure enough that there was another goal to have it making. Now the win, and that shot saved by Thatcher Demko, catches it. What a great save by the goaltender. What a rush out there. I mean, Thatcher Demko really had a nice save. He really went all for it. Finn was definitely watching on him. I'm pretty sure he was definitely giving us a applause with that. Katie Miller with a winning face-off. It's now Pedersen is right toward the wing. Give a deep pass over again to Suter. Here's another chance here. Carlin. Toward the corner, trying to slow it down. Suter's shot's blocked. Descharniers takes it over, now fighting again to Connor Garland. He's going to race it over to Pedersen. And I will give back to Clevin as he's right toward the wing. Clevin will start his own way down toward the other side of the zone. And trying to block the shot. Saved by Thatcher Demko. Demko will cover it in with only 7:26 remaining in the first period. And now let's have a look at the other side. Back to you, Son of Beast, for Brady Tkachuk. Brady Tkachuk is definitely really well on this relentless skitter as he was really making his own appearances. A better race he is to put in a hard defensive effort. I was really sure that the Senators are definitely giving some harder range to that. But as a suit cell, he makes it a very nice save to have it all. It was nowhere how hard he was doing for, but as a team for Canucks, they really are expecting that Brady Tkachuk really had it all. Instead of coming down right toward the wing, it was nowhere match that they really had that one coming in. It's a true lensless on the great hitters, but there might be a better range to that. We'll find out more about Brady Tkachuk. Back to you. Sanderson is rolls over to Gambon Norris as he's right there toward the wing. The deep pass now finding Brady Tkachuk. And Hughes takes it over now, tries to give it over right the angle again, finding Sassy. Sasson is right toward the wing. He'll try to get the pass over to Brozer. Besser going in for the rebounding. And Alex Myers takes it over now, finding Sauji. Sauji rolls again to Besser. Besser cut. That one takes over by Sanderson. He rolls again to Brady Tkachuk. Brady Tkachuk now finding Norris. Shot misses wide. Sauji takes it over, now tries to have another advantage, finding to get it to Jake DeBrusk. Jake DeBrusk moves around in, saved by Philip Forsberg. Now rolls it over to Garland. Garland now finds again to Saxon. Saxon rolls to Garland, trying to get over to Meyer. And he will cover an easy save for Forsberg with 5:46 remaining in the first period. Didn't seem like he was definitely going to slow that things down. I mean, not really. It's just how hard, but getting there, not a choice. They really have to find somebody else to give that one an open look. As the JT Miller team, they're putting it back in by Cousins. Here's another chance here with only 5:40 left to go. Sauji rolls it out. And a chance. Here's another one for Ottawa Senators. Senators rolls it in as Greg puts a shot saved by Thatcher Demko. And this one rolls it in back the other way to Vancouver. And now JT Miller will have a chance over now fighting to get to Garland on the other side. Better taking in range. He now tries to give the pass to Miller. Miller shoots. This is off and deflected by Thomas Chapman. Chapman rolls it in again to Cousins with 5:10 to go. Gray rolls to Chapman and shot score. Now Heat Seeker puts in to tie the game with 1. And now it's an even game. Well, this is what they expect Thomas Chapman to have his own Heat Seeker. He really sees that one pointing in. He says, okay, I'm going to try that goal. And that one really takes it over. He takes his time, takes a shot, Heat seeks it through. That makes it a great goal to start that off then for Ottawa to tie this game. They're not just quite done yet. There's just still a lot more time to do. Vancouver and Ottawa are tied for 1 with 5:07 to go in the first period. Well, there's no reason to why, but they really are getting it over to. I mean, that Vancouver's definitely like a harder team for. But as the Ottawa Senators are trying to race into the playoffs this season, but unfortunately for now, they really have to find
Ottawa
another way to get to it.
His 10th goal of the season, scored by number 72, Thomas Chabot. As his first goal of the game, 63 goals of his career, assisted by number 71, Ridley Gregg, and by number 21, Nick Cousins. Top of the goal, 14:53 remaining in the first period. Thomas Chabot with his goal, assisted by Ridley Gregg and Nick Cousins in the first period, 14:53.
Jameson rolls the sub, and a block shot puts it in for the Vancouver team. Yes, Pedersen is right toward the wing, now finds again to Bluger. And that one rolls it out. Sanderson now finds it over again to Norris. Smash one again. That takes a big hit for Vancouver. And it's Rodick trying to give it over. Here's a shot, big cut, saved by Thatcher Demko. Heinen with his own rebound, he's now right toward the wing as he'll send it over back to Quinn Hughes. Now rolls into Bluger. Here they come! Rolls it! That one out of the way. Denies that one with a 2-on-1 traffic. Opportunity races back to Quinn Hughes. Well, he needs him a little time out there. I mean, there's a little bit of defender. They just didn't find anybody to get over to. Forsberg carries the puck in with 3:50 left to remain in the first period. As the cover in to get another one. Now as the team are ready to take their next face-off, you can feel the energy of this crowd at the start of the first period. It is a 1-1 game as Vancouver trying to get their own goal to get to it. Stutzel is right toward in the wings. He will now try to give an open room to Giroux. Glove and a catch made here by Thatcher Demko. Rolls it Hughes, he now finds it over to Suter. Suter rolls it in, now trying to give the pass over, now finding Miller on a shot, races over. That big save by Philip Forsberg. Only 3:23 left to go in the third period as they'll have another face-off coming up. On some time left in this period as they're looking like they wanted to have their own goal to get in. Elias Pettersson wins the face-off as Meyer takes it over, now finding to Sauchi. Sauchi now finds to Meyer, he looks it over to Besser. Besser gets back to Meyer. Rolls it out. Besser holds on. Here's the cross. Shoots. Save made by Forsberg. Here's another one. Pat save made by Forsberg. Rolls to Besser. Score! Brock Besser slugs it through. Now 2-1 game. No question starts here for Brock Besser, and that one really had it on through. He sidestepped it, and this goes to the put it back in the range. Watch what he did. There's a little sidestep on the right, and this is what that goaltender was a little reaching center. His way just trying to get off and on the right. With no chance effort, they really got it out. Vancouver is back up on the line with only 3 minutes in the first period as they're trying to get their next goal to get that even. There's no other way to do that. I mean, I was really sure that this one really has to give some better effort. Hard chance now. What they say is a better way to have it. Myers right toward the wing. Goldberger chance. And broken up the play here as for the Ottawa Senators as they'll try to reset the group. Now here's Besser. He rolls it again to Sauchi. Sauchi's right toward the wing. Now finding the Meyer. Meyer finds Sauchi. Blocked the shot.
His 41st goal of the season. Scored by number 6.
Senators are rolling in right toward the wing as now Pettersson is watching again.
That's his 108th goal of his career. The first goal of the game. Assisted by number 57, Tyler Myers. And by number 25, Elias Pettersson. Top of the goal for the Vancouver Canucks. 17 minutes in the first period. Brock Besser with the goal assisted by Tyler Myers and Elias Pettersson in the first period, 17 minutes.
Maxime Palos right toward in the wing as he tries to give the better effort. Just 2 minutes left. And a great stoppage puts in for Vancouver. Sauchi. Shot. Save me by Forsberg. There's no way to have an effort here for Philip Forsberg. He's really like putting all the effort. And there's no way but to really give it all to. So they need to get some better effort. And how that one? bring it back. Garland's right behind the net as he tries to give a better look. Garland's right by outside. Looks to Quinn Hughes. He rolls it in toward the wing. Quinn Hughes now trying to get over to Corona, and he now tries to give over, now finding Hughes this time. Moves the puck back and forth for Vancouver as Connor Garland's behind the net. 1:18 left remaining in the first period. Quinn Hughes rolls it in from the middle. Score! That one races in with a big open shot for JT Miller after Quinn Hughes with the assist. Now that effort, there was an open look, the range puts it for JT Miller. He had that one with a great goal. Here's what he did. This is where it's a close range to get over to Phil Forsberg, and that really has to put over the range. Nothing really stands out here for him, and whatever happens, it really is going in. Now as Vancouver extends it up by 2, it's a 3-1 game, as they're really looking forward to get that one with a better range to put up by net to make another win here for every game. Yeah, they're loving it so far. I mean, I'm just loving to see that Patrick Demko is putting a nice, great effort. You know, Energy's really like everybody. They love their favorites. With no penalty between Vancouver and Ottawa, it is a 3-1 game down to a final minute of first.
There's 1 minute left to remain in the first period.
Hughes, he's right toward behind the net. The deep pass now finding to Connor Garland. Garland, pass to Miller, shot, glove saved by Forsberg. Just 50 seconds remaining in the first period. They'll cover things up here for another face-off coming up. And as Blueger takes it over, he now finds to give it to Charnier as he will happen to get a Pedersen. Pokes it out. And we say it again for Vancouver.
Let's go!
Pedersen.
His 24th goal of the season, scored by number 9, JT Miller. That's his first goal of the game, 249 goal of his career. Assisted by number 43, Quinn Hughes. And by number 17, Philip Perota. Top of the goal for the Vancouver Canucks, 18:47 remaining in the first period. JT Miller with a goal assisted by Quinn Hughes. And Philip Perota in the third period at 18:47.
Sanderson kicks it over to Brady Tkachuk, and that will do for the first period as Vancouver is up by 2. It is a 3-1 game. We'll take a quick break and we'll get back pretty soon. Open look to JT Miller. Be back soon. Welcome back, everyone, as we're ready to get this thing started for the second period at Rogers Arena. As we're ready to get this thing on board, it is a closer in the game in range here. It's only 3-1 in the game here for Vancouver. As they're up by 2, let's have your status here for the first period recap for their team, guys. Well, it seemed like I was really sure enough that they really started that one often, and this is what the game that really made it an end now. All I've got to say now is that the Vancouver Canucks have been starting up with their first start of the game. They never really have been spotting it on for so long. I've never seen anybody that was going to let him just try to get that one a better use. But when there's nowhere to be opted around lately, I wasn't really sure what was going to happen. But now I mentioned it before, they really keep on coming. Yes, they do. I mean, Jabrowski and the team have really been trying to keep it all they got, and there is no other way but to really have to give everyone a hard credit to. Just having some a little time effort, but some a little bit of great range out there. They're doing really well. They just got a nice eye on attackers. They got an open range out there. Let's see what else they can do for it. Got a shot stopped made by Phil Forsberg as he rolls again to Sanderson. The deep pass now finding the Anderson. Almost went offside, but it still holds on for Ottawa. And he now rolls it again as he's right toward behind the net and right toward the wing. Tailgating behind the back. He now finds it into Myers. Myers now finds it to JT Miller. He gives it over to Southsea. Give back to JT Miller. Miller rolls it again to Myers. And Myers shot made here on a deflection on the defender. Now he rolls it over to Myers this time. He now finds it again to Garland. Garland lost his puck handily, and Southsea will take it over. Now as Garland will settle things down a bit. Back in out of territory. He now finds for Paul Suter. Who's Suter now finds it again to Myers. He rolls it again to Sauchi. Sauchi rolls it over to Myers. Myers watching out for the high stick out there on a slashing. This will be almost have been a hooking here for Ottawa. Oh, that one's almost a little too close out there. That one never really got there through. That one really must have been hurting at someone. But this one could be a chance here, but nobody's gonna like it at all. I mean, you gotta watch out with that one here. Somebody is gonna get hurt. You don't want that one here coming. But in racing, and as Sherwood takes it over with a buck steal. He'll dish that one around the net, now finds again Myers. Gaudette now finds it again Pinto. Pinto shot, save me by Thatcher Demko. Rolls that pass again to Myers as he rolls it over, now finds to get a Hollander. Hollander is right toward the wing as he tries to give it over and tries to back again to Heinen. Heinen now finds it again to Sherwood. Has it again to Hyronic. Hyronic pass is broken up by Gregg. Now the Senators are back in the offense zone. Big smash to get here in the center ice. Quinn Hughes is right toward again in the wing. They'll send it past to Hyronic this time. And he went down to a tumble get. Rolls to Heinen. Heinen is right toward the wing and he now tries to give over to Saxon. Saxon now finds the Quinn Hughes. Releases it. Saved me by Philip Forsberg. Now he rolls it over again to Anton. Hyronic. Leaving it up without being offside. Pat saved me by Forsberg. Here's the Saxon. One time for Garland. Glove saved by Forsberg. 16:29 to go in the second period. Anton Forsberg is putting up another save to get it. On time left in this period, trying to get the Vancouver Canucks on the board to put up an extension up by 3. Now as the Ottawa Senators will win this one here. Now here's Reinhardt, he's right toward the upper way to the zone. Find it back over again, the shot by the net. Penalty traffic, and it goes back and over to Demko. Will not get the goal in there. That stays out of the zone. Great stop out there for Dr. Demko. He's really like on a better press, on a better angle. I mean, the better drive is really like getting a lot of use for all the work and they put the effort in there. I was really sure that Vancouver is stepping in the game. Some things done here. Pedersen went down on the floor and he now finds it over to Garland. He will race it around the net. Finding it over again to Suter. He's right to the outside. He gives it over to the Shortius. Now Pedersen will have it over again to Garland. Give it over to Lucas Suter. Now he rolls again to Ospachuk. Ostapchuk is right over and now he will fire that one out. Pedersen's got a chance. He's right toward the wing. The Shortius will now try to regroup it again. Now fighting again to Suter. Pulls it out of here. And this one moves back to Chabot. The other way. Now finds it again to Reinhardt. 15:47 left to remain in the second period as Bowser. Bastards right toward the right around the net. DeBrusque pulls it over to Pedersen. He's right toward the right wing. Myers. And that pass broken up by Thomas Chabot. Great deflection here for a defensive effort for the Ottawa Senators as now Brady Tkachuk is in the wing. He rolls it out of here, and now DeBrusque will come in to save the day. That one rolls his in with a broken pass. Baberson. Wilson Norris on a pass. Broken up by Besser. Myers is right toward the wing. He'll now play it again as Hupsey. Tkachuk sends it over to Norris. Norris. Shoots. No save by Demko. Terrific stop here of under 15 minutes remaining in the second. During the back half of the period, it is a 3-1 game, Vancouver. And as the will put it in for Vancouver, he now finds it again to Hyronic. Tries to give that one over, now finds again to Blue Girl. Canucks move back into the offense zone. Now trying to pass again to Hyronic. Bounce for the wall. Now we'll allow it again to Quinn Hughes. He's right toward the wing. To Bluger. Toward the middle. Satsal takes it over. And now it's off to Guy-Roux. And it's rebounded by Quinn Hughes with 14:30 to go in the second period. Bumps it straight toward the wall. That's going to hurt. And blocked the shot by Quinn Hughes. Oh, well, he went down already. I don't know what he was going to do. He was trying to get over this and say, don't lose yourself. I mean, that confidence is definitely really well for a lot of head coach. He really got a little bit of a knock out of it. No pass now finds again to Bluger as he tries to roll around. Now he'll try to give it out again to Veronic. Here's another chance. Veronic shoots it. Saved me by Forsberg. One timer for Sherwood. And one goes back again to Gudak. Sauchi's back on ice. Trying to watch on him. Stop him for the wall and he'll try to rebound it in. And he's being tripped up. That'll be a cross-checking on
Vancouver penalty. 2 minutes for cross-checking.
Penalty box. Carson's definitely trying to battle it out of here. He was cross-checking a little bit too hard. Confidence is a feeling thing for him. I mean, you don't really start that often. You're not going to succeed it through. Don't let that anybody get out of the way. You really have to give someone else a goal opportunity chance. Now the power play goes on.
Penalty on Vancouver Canucks, number 7, 2 minutes for cross-checking. Time of penalty, 14:46 remaining in the second period. It's 2-minute penalty for Vancouver Canucks, Carson Sauchi on a cross-checking. Time of penalty, 14:46 remaining in the second period.
Right toward the wing, and it's now rolls it over, now passes it again to Pedersen. Pedersen pulls it out with a big hit here for Ottawa. 60 hits in the game. Here's another chance on a shot made. And a shot made by Thatcher Demko. Trying to get Hoglander out of the zone. He will clear it out. Ottawa Senators are back in the offense zone. He finds Brady Tkachuk and Stutzel's right toward the wing. Here's Tkachuk right toward the wing, and a bat save made by Demko. Broken the glass. That one is right toward the wall, and they're going to have to repay for it. Oh my. That is really definitely going to bash on someone's head. He really tried to rebound it. And like, wow, he's really bumped out. That's going to hurt. Well, you're definitely going to have to repaint on the glass out there. Everybody take cover front row seats. You're definitely going to be almost get spanked out if you're going to definitely get hit. You don't want that one to get out of the way, don't you? No, not at all, actually. My goodness. On a shot saved me by Forsberg. Heinen will now try to clear it out. As now Heinen will dish it out in onto the Senator territory. There's Erwin Norris, so he will now find again a break with 50 seconds for the Senators' power play. And it's right over to Pinto. Cut in the middle, and it's Harmonic takes it out. Clear the zone. Now as Forsberg will carry over to Norris with 35 seconds. Garnett's right toward in the wing. Shot saved me by Thatcher Demko. And Cole rolls it around the net. Now he tries to give over it again to Suter. Suter chance. Now back to Chabot. He looks again at Stutzel. Faberson right toward in the wing as he tries to have another angle on the loose. And it's back to Heinen. Heinen's right toward the wing. He's right in his zone. Seems like the time is about to expire. He's ready to go back out there. And now we'll leave it. The power play's over for our Senators. It's right now Patterson. It's right toward the wing. Stutzel fires that shot blocked away. They really see that one coming in there for their team. I mean, they really just have somebody else to try to play as an option. Now Roarty will now send it over now fighting against Besser. Besser will try to redish it in his zone with only 11:24 to go in the second period. Now he rolls again to Patterson this side. Open pass to Myers. Myers chance. And I broke it up here. Faberson on the rush. Watching in, turn close. And a range shot glove saved by Demko. 1:05 remaining in the second period of just a 3-1 game for Vancouver. Up by 2. Now they're ready to take their time in attack to go back in again. It is a 3-1 game. JT Miller wins the faceoff as now Sauchi's right toward in the wing. Give the pass to Myers. Myers now finds it over again to Miller. Send deep pass over again to Garland. Garland, cut in motion. That one tips it over right toward the blade. And now finds again to Gregor. Gregor's right toward in the wing trying to get it out. Reinhardt moves around. Blocked the shot by Myers. You didn't see that one there coming out there? I don't know what you really did, but that Myers made having a nice block attempt. This can't be right over now trying to get Myers. Here's a shot, save me, score! Then one takes back in, and now they're on again for a 4-1 game in Vancouver. After all that happened right now, it looks like the Excessively is just fading in. The Dipsy is really just trying to get over this now. I mean, that really makes it tip in. I really felt like, how that really happened? Well, it didn't really think it was going to like try to give that one up for an open look. I mean, they really have somebody else to take a over carry in. But I was really noticing that they really have been looking like they're not shooting it so well. Well, for now, they've really been keeping on getting going. So, now finds again a Pinto. Hard save! Patrick Tepko covers it up with 10:02 to go. Oh, that's monstrous out there. That's definitely what happens to Patrick Tepko. He is almost losing it, but he really got a nice temper. Lots of time left in this period. It is a 4-1 game, Vancouver, with only 10:02 to go. Alex will play it in for Hughes. He's right toward the wing. Sends it pass over to Barone.
Vancouver Canucks go!
Barone gets right toward the wing.
His 28th goal of the season, scored by number 34, Philip Ducassetti.
Now he looks over to get a pass.
That's his first goal of the game with the 28th goal of his career. Assisted by number 57, Tyler Myers. Dominating goal for the Vancouver Canucks, 9:32. Philip Ducassetti with the goal assisted by Tyler Myers in the second period at 9:32.
Social medias for NHL coverage highlights, better extension plays, and some breaking news of one of each of our players and for our biggest of the moment. When the highlights is playing down, you will have to love it when you feel like you're playing with them. Don't miss those this season round by subscribing to NHL and following them on social medias. After that one puts it in, now he finds again Brady Tkachuk. Tries to give it over again to Paperson. Paperson now finds it over, and Myers is bringing it down and rushing. Now tries to give over to DeBrusque, and Pedersen is right toward the wing. Well, I don't know what's going on out there. That really must have hurt somebody else down. And because of what Besser did, it looks like there's a battle range here in the center ice. They definitely really they have to get out of here. Southsea right toward it again to Suter. Suter passes out, finds it over to JT Miller. Miller! Go for the shot. That one step made here by Forsberg. This one really got a nice, better effort here for Myers. And that one really has to give them a passing over to try to stop it to go for Forsberg. That's really took a lot of effort in now. Stop it by Forsberg. And as Sanderson takes it over right toward the wing, and Sub is right back in toward the other wing. 8:23 left to go in the second period as he finds Giroux. Moves around, that one pulls it out. And Demko will cover it in with only 8:17. 4-1's the score in the second period. Housen will put it in for Ottawa Senators. He's now one again to Giroux, and he now finds it over, and the shot running in there. Double man traffic. Towshy takes it over, now finding to get a Heinen. Heinen is right toward the wings. He'll fire it up and out in range. He now finds it again to Blueger this time, and he now moves the pass again to Descharniers. Descharniers now finds it again to Blueger. He looks to Pedersen. Pedersen tries to get it to Descharniers. Descharniers now finds it again to Pedersen. Pedersen looks it over to Sherwood. He looks it over to Descharniers. That one, Benson takes over. Vancouver back the other way. Trying to get the Heinen shot. This one is blocked up. As Chariot takes it over now with the chap and pass to Greg. He'll race it over now, finding it in Stutzel. Well, that one made a little bit of hard contact out there. That makes a little bit of a hard change. They've really been snapping. All that fruit is, it's just not really quite honest of what they're just trying to get to. When there's no offensive pick and play, they just need to get them some better outputs inside with the direction change. They just need to get this thing going. They have nobody else open. This offense is definitely going to keep on running. Visionary win for Ottawa. It's right now with a shot, big save by Demko. 7:16 to go in the second period, and only 4-1 is the score. Now as the Vancouver will try to carry in with a winning face-off. Gives her a chance now, and he finds it again to Quinn Hughes as he rolls it in. Back behind the percentage, he will now try to give over to Giuseppe. Ikusepi, right over right toward the wings. He uses that puck at it. Greg now finds Shabbat. Pintos right toward the wing, now finds again to Jensen. Jensen, cutting in motion, rebounded. Up and away. This one poked up by Temko. 6:43 left to go in the second period. And a rebound puts in by Sanderson. Seemed like it's a little bit of hard on take. They're a little tired out with that range. I mean, I don't know what's going on there, Roger, but that really makes that a hard change that they're really doing it for. No offside on Vancouver. As now this will be rebounded by Suter. He now finds it over again into Sharnius. The back behind the range out there. A little battle and a brutal here. They're trying to get it back. Oh my, I don't know what's going to happen here, but that really must have hurt somebody else. It's going to be very bad out there. Ouchie. Here's a cut for Peterson, and this one is broken up the pass by Miller. Now as Peterson takes it over, he will now try to get back over to Beverson. He rolls it over again to Peterson, he now finds Brady Kachuk. Brady Kachuk shots it in, saved by Demko. Miller. He'll now roll it over again to Pedersen as he will deep the pass again to Garland. Garland tries to roll it in. Backhander, but saved by Forsberg. 5:32 left to go in the second period as they'll get the ready for a narrow face-off on its way. Norway for Ottawa as Sanderson is right toward the wing. Trying to carry it along with the loose puck on the boards. DeBrus takes it. And the empty net has been released here as the penalty's been placed on Ottawa. That's very bad out there. That cross-checking step really have been punching it through. They really are not getting it showing up with some surprise out there. They did not like it at all. How could they do this? They're not really putting it up the effort. Sanderson is in the penalty box with an interference. Look at the first power play for Vancouver.
Ottawa penalty, 2 minutes for interference. Your Vancouver Canucks are on a Cleo power play.
Ottawa's first penalty kill as this will start for Vancouver power play, with just only 5:07 to go. Power play is going to be a great start to have it in there for Vancouver, but when you're doing it for
Ottawa Senators penalty, number 85, 2 minutes for interference. Top of the penalty in a second period, 5:25. 2-minute penalty on Ottawa Senators. Jake Sanderson for interference. Top of the penalty in the second period, 5:25.
Only under 5 minutes left to remain in the second. Now here's a win for Jensen. He's right toward the along the way. He will fire it up without deep. Now the win for Pedersen. He's right toward the other wing. He'll fire that one right over again to Jack Hughes. To Quinn Hughes this time. Passer rolls it again, now finding Pedersen. Pedersen back to Jake DeBrus. Suter. Here's a shot for Pedersen. Shots blocked. Rebound by Besser. DeBrus shoots it for a save. And that's Forsberg with the cover. 4:23 left to go in the second period as they will get their next face-off in the Ottawa territory. Now it's a win for Ottawa. Here's another chance to Chabot. And as Heinen takes it out, working it in. Here's a shot saved by Forsberg. Pulls it with an incredible catch. Only 108 for the power play. Well, that advantage is definitely like putting for Forsberg on a timeout attack. This really has to give some timing, courage. They've really been snuck underneath here. They're really just been looking like there was no way to get that one covered and bounding fast. They just really couldn't get over this done. But all that happens now, they've really got to get over this. Quinn Hughes in trouble. Trying to get the Sherwood, trying to get with an extra room. Quinn Hughes shot, kicked out by Forsberg. And here's another one to Gregory. He's right toward the other wing. He'll dump it in the zone. Now, as Quinn Hughes will take over, he will send deep pass, now finding it over to again to Heinen. Race on! Go for Quinn Hughes and a shot. For deflection, stopped by Forsberg. Tries everything, but his connection won't work. Well, that's what happens. You just keep on practicing. Battle range puts it in for Quinn Hughes. He's trying to get his deflection go. I'm pretty sure about Eli Hutchins is definitely the harder way to do for. But when there's nobody around, I mean, you just need somebody else with some key instruction to get right back into it. Besser right toward the wing. This one will roll it out of his own by Drake DeBrusque. And he's open. Besser shot. Glove saved by Forsberg. 3:26 to go in the second period. Only 19 seconds for the Canucks power play. Now it's JT Miller rolls it in. Now he finds again a Veronic. After an outside, now finds it over to JT Miller. He tries to get the Veronic. He looks to Besser. Besser off by Veronic. Veronic on a shot. Blocker step made here by Forsberg. And Miller will carry it in to Besser. As Garland takes out, puck clears the zone. That will end it for the Canucks power play. As it's 0-1 for the team. Really, I've seen somebody else like that. I mean, they really are expecting how can you just try to do for Garland in their time? They really have a lot of bigger and bounding. Now, the range is definitely really like a harder way to do for. And they really have never even seen things in. But they really have a lot of and courtesy moment that they've really been keeping an eye for. Now I'm really spotting it on, but it might be another team to keep it going. Now to Salchi, now finds it over again to DeBrusque. He rolls it over, now finds it to Gregg. Pinto's right toward in the wing. As this one rolls it over, now finds it again to Sherwood. Sherwood will hand it over again to Salchi. Salchi rolls again to Bluder. Bluder went down. And as Cousins takes it over, now finding it a Pinto for Ottawa. That is really going to hurt. That really is definitely a harder way that they're putting it in for. I'm not sure what's going on now, but they've really been messing from anybody. Hines right toward the wing, and a shot glove saved by Forsberg. He'll carry that one out, and now will find sub, and he'll have it again to Gregg. He's really easy way. I mean, Forsberg is definitely like trying to tackle for him. I don't know what's going to keep going out of him, but now let's see what they always do. Because there's no other way that they're really trying to get that one out to him. It's clear now, but hopefully there might be more effort in the eyes carry on. Horonic's trying for the deflection. This one is really waving it off. And now Allen rolls it in. Now finding again to Quinn Hughes back on ice. And he rolls down. Jensen takes it over to get a Chabot. He's now one to Gregor. Gregor now finds the Chabot. Moves around and for now. Ironman rushing in. A big stop made by Tatardenko. Hughes rolls it in. Tries to race it right toward us in the corner. And as right now with no interference, here's Suter. Final minute of the second period with 1 minute remaining.
There's 1 minute left to remain in the second period.
Deschamps now tries to give that one over. And Hughes will have his own set. On his way down, Hoglander. Patterson gets bumped in. Good solid body contact here for the defender. And Patterson is right toward the wing. Got a little smack down, and it's now back to Gregor. Oh man, they really have been like a battle already. I mean, they really have no idea what's going to keep on changing. All that happens now, we really need somebody else to try to cover it in. Don't be afraid if you're fooling for yourself. So I wouldn't sail it down. There's no way to be out there like you did for it. Berlin, backhander will save by Forsberg. 18.8 seconds left in the second period as they'll get their last face-off before the end of the second. JC Miller wins the face-off. There's only 15 seconds left. Myers now finds it over. Here's Garland. Backhander on the box. Shooter up again. Phil Forsberg puts it up another save. Hampton Forsberg is still covering his own dime to try to keep it out. And that will do for the second period. It will now be a 4-1 game for our biggest of the league. One more period to go. And it's now the third period. Stick around. Be back soon. Hey everyone, got a little bit of a quick announcement here for you guys. I hope you've been enjoying this part of the NHL 25, part of Season 4 of the regular season. But right now, as the season is coming down to a nearing end in the part of the year, the playoffs is about to be happening here for NHL 25. the teams that are in the bracket making their way and will be able to advance to the playoffs for the time after the regular season has been complete. But as in most of these games, due to a higher part of the game matchups, they will be now shortened and reducing to 3 games instead, starting for the first round and then for the second round. And then for the conference semifinals, it's a part of a championship game, as you'll have 7 games of this moment. We may never know what's going to change things out because there might be only one change. But if there isn't, then we are going to be sticking the same thing in for best out of 6, best out of 4, for a part of 7 games in between. You may never know what's going to get it worse than that or better. You may never seen it, or you may have already seen it. It's going to be fantastic. Don't miss out with the Stanley Cup playoffs on NHL 25. That'll be all the games here once the completion of the regular season is done. Alright, I hope you all have been looking forward to it, but let's hope there is a will and will a chance. We'll see you all later, everybody, for our post-game show. As for the finishing right now, it's making it easier. Let's bring things in. Alright, first quarter, here we go. We're all set and lined, and this is the final period here for our game of the night of this presentation. As all teams are ready to get this thing settled, as we're ready to get things on straight, let's find out who takes in with the finishing of the drive. As I send over to you guys for our biggest of the second period recap, the time takes in. Well, I was really sure about this one. It's really putting it in. The Canucks are definitely like a better team, and I was to remember it. But when you're thinking it over toward a range outside, you have to give someone else a better win. You know, I have a lot of great range of feeling, and whenever I think about now for the Vancouver, they've been looking like they're really done so well, keeping it in here. Better time effort has been going so well. I mean, they really keep it in here for a better race than that. I've really been seeing things going so well for the Vancouver team, Quinn Hughes, and definitely the other side of it for Brady Tkachuk. They're really just getting their teams on defense. I mean, a lot of work out there. They've been doing really well. Indeed, also, I definitely really have seen things in before, but Leslie, they're really getting this a bunch of times effort. Hopefully there is a much timing effect if they're getting it over with. Sanderson is right toward the wings. He will try that one to cover that one out, and it will be a slight penalty on the interference on the
Vancouver penalty, 2 minutes for interference.
Penalty. No chance on a word out there. And this one really pushing it out. I said, really, like, you get out of here. And really felt like, yeah, that is a hard on the contact. They're really saying that it's healthy. It's definitely putting an interference on both of them. Now, as the Vancouver, they're definitely adding another penalty kill. Yeah, it looks like the Ottawa's going to have to get a power play goal. As Vancouver wins the face-off, here's now
Vancouver penalty, 2 minutes for interference, number 17. Top of the penalty, 19:18 remaining in the third period. 2-minute penalty on the Vancouver Canucks, Philip Hronek on the interference. Top of the penalty in the third period, 19:18.
Penalizing it in for Ottawa Senators in the third period. Well, they really just can't get over this now. I mean, they really have somebody else to get through. And he scores! That'll be good for this first goal of the game as they're getting their back teams back down by 2. And it's now a power play goal for Ottawa. All that you know for that, Andrew Gura is just getting it out so well. Maybe that's the why, but they really have been keeping an eye for. Now here's one more time over here on this angle. You really got a nice on the goal, you got a little bit of a slick on the shot. You really have a lot of a hard time that you're really trying to do for it. Now that goal's going to put it in, they're just coming back down by 2. Biggest of the team as down, they are rolling it over. It's the Ottawa Senators as they're rolling it down by 2 with a 4-2 game in 1851. Now the win will put it in. Here's another one to Hronek. Hronek now finds it over right toward the wing. He's going to fire that one around the net. Looks over. Passes now fired again to Hughes. Now he works to Patterson on the backhander. Save made by Forsberg.
Ottawa Sens goal. His first goal of his NHL career. Score on the power play, number 80. Adam Gaudette.
Toward the middle.
That's his first goal of the game, his 28th goal of his career. Assisted by number 71, Whitley Gregg. And by number 57, Shane Pinto. Time and a goal for the Ottawa Senators on a power play. 109 remaining in the third. Adam Gradette on the power play goal, assisted by Whitley Gregg and Shane Pinto in the third period on a power play minute. 109.
And penalties being given over by Boley. Oh wow! I mean, I don't know what they really did now. I mean, I think that somebody trying to mess on him. Looks like maybe it might be on the goaltender, or there might be a defender. They're really been keeping it over right out of the way.
Ottawa penalty, 2 minutes for goaltender interference.
Yeah, it's definitely on the goaltender interference. They've really been pushing it over. He's trying to get out of the way. I'm trying to move it over. He really just can't get over it.
Your Vancouver Canucks are on a Cleo power play.
Ottawa Senators are playing up another power play advantage as this one puts it for Vancouver to get another one. Now it's a win. Here's Subu.
Ottawa Sens penalty number 7, 2 minutes for a goaltender interference. Time and penalty, 8:05 remaining in the third period. 2-minute penalty on the Ottawa Senators on a goaltender interference. Brady Tkachuk. Time and penalty in the third period, 18:05.
Hughes looks again at Sherwood. Sherwood shoots. Stop made by Forsberg. Gregg is right toward the wing. He will now fire it over again to Gregor. He'll have that one fired around the net. And now he fights again to Pedersen. Given a reset chance for Vancouver Canucks is now Heinen's right toward the corner. And he rolls to DeBrusque. And that Pedersen pass is broken up. He's on out to Gregg. High man rush. Covered it out. That's when stakes out by Tartakovko. Really have to believe on that. That plays it over too soon. He now finds again to Besser. Besser closes it up and Forsberg takes it over. Just 16:48 to go in the third period. Only 59 seconds for the Canucks power play. Fans, don't miss it out as we have a little bit of a chance of an amazing updates here to show you with our amazing news status here by following along with your teams. And with our amazing status to get behind the latest for the NHL fake on the 4-Nation face-off round revealed. Watch now here on every devices right on the go. No matter where you are, it's after where they have played and showing us for a great Honor Village. Miss here and watch it anytime. Right now here's Miller. He's right toward the wings. He'll send it over to Jensen and back the airway for the power play still advantage for the Canucks. And Norris is right toward the wing. He now finds it again to Brook. Miller's right toward the right away in the wing. As Ronan will now send it over now trying to get it deep over and back into the Ottawa territory. Time is about to expire. He's almost ready to get back out there. Dumps the puck out. As the Hornets will try to settle it down, they will have some more room, and the power play is over for the Vancouver. Well, I'm not sure what's going to happen now. I mean, they're really a bit just like not pushing their pressure effort. They've really been like keeping that one out of here. And all what they did is they really have to give somebody else an open look. They had nobody else to be going in by between the two. They really have to try to find another way to get right toward the line. This zone out is not putting a lot of pressure in there. They really have to give that one a better effort. That's for Forsberg, and you really have to choose for. Choose it for, right timing, it's just a better effort. Heinen's right toward the wings, he will fire that one around the net. Suter turns this over now, trying to get a Heinen. Heinen now will try to give it over, and he's tripped up on the cross-checking.
Ottawa penalty, 2 minutes for cross-checking.
For Vancouver. Well, Atkinson is really definitely not supposed to play it like this, but you just cannot try to do it. Is you can't take the net out from behind.
Your Vancouver Canucks are on that Cleo power play.
Doing so well. If you're going to get a better voice in the offense, you just need to give somebody else a better work.
Ottawa Sens penalty number 19, 2 minutes for cross-checking. Time penalty, 15:08 remaining in the third period. Ottawa penalty on cross-checking number 19, Drake Pepperson. Time penalty in the third period, 15:08.
Miller right to behind the net. Now send it over, now trying to get it various by Connor Garland. Aronic now finds again to Garland. Aronic. Try to rush it over. For a backhander, saved up by Forsberg. Now it's over now to Ottawa. He rolls it again to go to it. This one rolls it in, and that one will be reached out of the zone. Icing is picked up on Vancouver. 1:18 remaining for the Canucks power play. And just only 14:25 remaining in the third period. Stick around, folks, as we have our final game of the night, as we'll have our biggest of the moment here in Game 16, as only the last two by the Canadian versus the American team. And that being said is, the Winnipeg Jets are about to be taken on against the Washington Capitals at Capital One Arena. That game will be starting here at 7 p.m. to keep your eyes and appearances for our next game underway before the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs for our first time ever with the new commentators and for the same of the commentaries that have already been returned and some of the teams that are entering back into their postseason. And some of the other teams that missed their postseason will have to come back in for next season. And it's now roll over to get to Miller. We'll pass that line to get Moser on a shot. Big save by Forsberg. Now he rolls it over to get a Besser. Besser tries to roll it in right behind the net in the scrimmage. Gets bumped to the wall, and it's now Miller back to Jensen. Sanderson is right toward the wing. He will try to give over to get to Gregor. Gregor now finds again to Greg. Greg, quick down, hand off. Carlin now sends it over now, flying to get to JT Miller. Miller. Turwing fast is over right now with Forsberg with the save. Just 12 seconds left remaining for Canucks power play. Critical draw here between Vancouver and Ottawa. 4-2 is the score for Vancouver as they're up by 2. 10 more seconds left. He's ready to get back out there. Hughes running over to Ian Pettersson. Goals to Hughes. Quick slam! Glove save by Forsberg. And that ends the power play for Vancouver. 13:08 remaining. And without the power play goals, it won't get a chance here. Well, that's definitely totally it. I mean, a little bit of busted out at that point. I wasn't really sure what's going to keep on happening. That really must have taken somebody else a better big drive on a carry. Disadvantage is definitely trying to give it all what they got. I don't know what's going to change it often, but they really are just making it feel like they were flying their effort. They didn't settle it down there really much. They really just trying to keep that one going in without being messed up. This attacking is definitely just putting out of the range there too quickly. But it looks like they will have to try to give it all that they can. Bakerson had a chance over, and this one will carry it out as Holder is now giving it up toward the wing. 101 remaining for the total hits for Senators. And only another take for Saxon. He's trying to give it over to Descharius. Out of the Senators were rolling in right toward the wing. Firing around the net. Big save by Tucker Demko. Crowd putting out effort on response. As the Charlottes and their team are just putting in a surprise for Dr. Demko. Look at you, were definitely putting up for real. I mean, that Dr. Demko has been like, oh my. I really love this effort. This crowd energy is definitely like putting in some great race. The Battle of the Range is definitely putting in for East versus West Coast of the Canada team. Sometimes you just don't want to make it up to the point. Ottawa Senators are definitely doing so well. It's hard when you think, but that's when it all happens with. You give it all they got. Cotto straight toward the wings. He will now have it out. Here's Kyrou. Baxter straight toward the wing. He will now try to give it over with an open percentage. Slips it around. Now finds it over again to DeBrusque. Here's a chance to Pettersson. Fires up, save by Forsberg. 11:41 remaining in the third period as it will come right up with only nearing the midway mark of the period. Now Owen puts it in for the Ottawa Senators. He rolls again to Mantipella. Mantipella now finds again a Stutza. Stutza. Cancels over. Big save by Dr. Demko. Now South Evil rolls it over now, finding again to Pettersson. Kyrou moves it in. Well, save by Demko. 11:21 remaining in the third period as they will cover things up and get ready for another face-off. And a better take here for Vancouver Canucks. The possibility is coming in if they're ready to make their way to the postseason for the second time in a row. Do you think this will be possible, guys? Well, I don't know if it might be, but there is a lot of battle range out there. You know, Calgary Flames are definitely trying to give it all what they got. But there's something really racing it in. I was just sure enough that they really kept on coming back. They really had nowhere else to be playing for. They had no one else to try to keep it alive. And nobody's really like getting over to this point. I don't know what's going to change on with their team. They've really been smacking things down. All what they've done for, they really can't get over with the nice on a hard scrimmage and play. This boundary is definitely kind of like very hard for them to try to like go over it again. I don't know what's going to keep on happening now, but they really must have messing somebody up. They really have to give somebody else an open look. On a shot, right in the pipe! Demko moves over as off the goal post as Garland takes it over now, finding to get Miller. Oh wow, that really must have had that one stompage out there. That really got on a lot of the harder attackers. One time Pedersen shot saved by Phillipsburg. And trying to give a little battle contact out there as Pedersen rolls it again to Norris. Norris pass. Saucer pass over and dish it off. Pedersen. And that's rolled over to the Charnas. Here's our chance. Big save by Demko. Sherwood takes an effort. Now he rolls it over. We'll fire that one around near the net. That'll be a nice save, passing the midway mark of the third period. Official game set, ready for another face-off. 91 for Ottawa and 84 for Vancouver. Vancouver wins the face-off and he now finds it again to Pedersen. Pedersen rolls it in, and he'll try to get that one, pass it over. Biden trying to regroup it in, now he finds it again into the Charnas. The Charnas now tries to give it over to Bluger. Bluger now finds it again to Sherwood. Here's the pass, this one sticks out. Sanderson takes it over again to Beverly. And now it's backing over to the Canucks in Ottawa territory. One-timer, Sanson shot. Pat, save B on a blocker by Forsberg. Stutzel on the attacker. In the zone. This one takes a poke and it's blocked out of the traffic. That's a big way. There's a little bit of a big help there that they're really doing it for him. Nice take. Heinen lost that effort as now it pulls it over to Gredian. Cadet is right toward behind the net and he now gives it over to Soucy. Here's our chance to Soucy. Grounds it over now, finding to get Allender. Giuseppe right over right toward the wing. And Soucy tries to give right over again to Hollander. Vancouver's back into the offense zone in the Ottawa territory. Now the Senators will have their own chance. Lodette now finds it over to get to Garu. Garu gets kicked in right from the blades. And that one broken up. Here's another chance effort for Ottawa. A Stapchuk is right in toward the center. In his zone. DeBrusque takes it over. Now that pass. Broken up by Reinhardt. Here's another one. Fires a shot. Glove save by Demko. 8:08 to go in the third period. As they'll cover it in to get another face-off. Officials game set. Ready for our next face-off. 14:33 timeout attack for Vancouver. And only 8:23 remaining for the timeout attack for Ottawa Senators. This isn't really making that a lot harder to make sense, but that really makes it a better shape. Here's Besser. Moves around. Saved by Forsberg. Under 8 minutes remaining in the third as he stops it quick. Well, the Hustlers definitely really giving it all what they've got. I don't know what's going to keep happening out there. They have really kept on with a high enough skill. Advantage is definitely giving all what they've got. The Newstar sends over to get a Pedersen. Pedersen now finds it over. Reinhardt takes it over, now finding to get a Chabot. Chabot. And it's now finding in a Heroic. Trying to get out of his zone. It's DeBrusque takes it in right toward his own territory. Fires that one around and now finding to get over. JT Miller right over to get the Quinn Hughes. Here's a shot. This one trying to put a rebound in for Connor Garland. That one stays out by Philip Forsberg. Cousins is right toward the wing. That's our smart Roderick. We'll cover that one in. Just under 7 minutes remaining in the third period. Greg shots. Big save by Kaczynenko. Battling for the loose puck in there at the center. And now it's back to Connor Garland. Didn't really see what's going in now. That's really what they were expecting to gear for this one there, Raj. This really has a lot of it, a great take. I really have to believe on that. This really must have taken a nice stoppage. They're really sure enough that this is the battle range in the middle, right in front of Kaczynenko. That team is definitely playing a nice response. Lots of time left in this period, as right now Kaczynenko's team still up by 2. Ottawa wins the face-off. Here now finds Mentipello. Saucy wins for the crouch down as he blocks that shot. All they notice from Saucy, he's really definitely crouching it down. He got a little spurt out of control. He definitely took a tire out of it and took a little bit of a drift off. Myers has it out. Here's Luker now. He tries to give it over to Saucy. On the backhander, diving play by Forsberg. 6:08 to go in the third period. As we'll cover things in, you get another face-off coming up. Official game set, ready for another face-off. 33/27 for Vancouver. Here's another witness right now, finding again to Saucy. Myers is right toward the way, now finds again to Saucy. Saucy looks to Sampson. On a shot, big save play. Now rolls it over to Sanderson. Sanderson is right toward the way, now finding again to Brady Tkachuk. Brady Tkachuk in and scores. Squeezes right toward the touch of Tkachuk. He now has it over, now trying to get over now. Brady Tkachuk to close the game out. Doesn't really make much sense out there that Brady Tkachuk got a little bit of squeezing out there. He knocked one of his men over, and that pile would have been able to kick that side in there. But there was no referee to the pointage that he really has to make a challenging effort to call a goalie interference. He has nothing to do with this, so he really has to let take it all when he can. That's the way we'll play it in for Pettersson. He will now try to get the pass over, now find to get an insurance. Give it over, now find to get a Pettersson. He finds it over again to Kassitek. The Gibson's right toward to get a Pettersson. Desarius lost that puck.
Ottawa Sens goal. His 38th goal of the season, scored by number 7, Brady Tkachuk.
Looks on a shot.
That's his first goal of the game, with 163 goal of his career, unassisted.
Now it's rolling the
Time of the goal for the Ottawa Sens, 14:09. Brady Tkachuk with the goal unassisted in the third period at 14:09.
Right toward into the wing. Goulet's right toward the wing, and now we have reached the final 5 minutes of the third period presented by Discover. And now it's rolled again to Goulet. Blocks a shot by Quinn Hughes. He'll now try to take his own handle, and a rebound by Goulet. Goulet's shot's blocked by Quinn Hughes. Quinn Hughes rolls it again to JT Miller. Here comes Suter. Who's Suter? Toward the zone. Jensen takes that puck back. Goulet stopping it again. Now finding again to Quinn Hughes. He rolls it over again to Suter. And Suter now finds Miller. Miller chance for in front. Saving by Forsberg. Baronic takes it over again. Now trying to give over to Hughes. And now he's right toward the wing. Chance and effort. Chapman takes the puck steal. Regaining the line. Now he's gaining his own break from center. Chapman fires that one. And a big save by Kaczynenko. In the wood. Sherwood. Trying to give it all what they got. Now tries to give it over to Bluger. Now it's rolled to Saucy. Saucy fires a shot. Big wonderful stop made by Forsberg as he rolls it out again. You don't really have to play that one beyond that. He really got a nice on a take. Big save. It's just all what you need for him. Kaczynenko will cover it in with the next period coming down the line. As we have the Sunrise coming in first off. Well, that's not best to have that one in there. That was a big hit, and he was losing his stick. He was definitely lost his effort. He went smashing hard. Now take it over to center ice. So sit over to center beast. with a better game of the night. The better playing status out there, guys. I say that Thatcher Demko is really making his better way to have it in. All with his light work ability, he's been looking like he was confidence out there. He was really on hard strength. This one was a hard one for the goaltenders to fill it in. But I love the energy for Thatcher Demko, and he really took it all. Myers now fired again to Southsea. And one time for Pedersen, and a race there with 101 miles per hour, misses. Tries again, Southsea tries to cover rebound it, and a big save by Forsberg. 3-2 to go right now. This one will try to go back the other way, and Southsea can't get over it. Sanderson rolls it in on a shot, saved me by Thatcher Demko. Pedersen went down, Myers takes it over. Send a deep pass over to Bozer. Now as the Senators will give it over to Jensen, he now finds Sanderson. Under 3 minutes remaining in the third period, he will now find Ian Hronek. The rebound by Besser. Besser trying to go rolling over right toward the wing. Besser, open deep look, back to Besser. Here's Moose, who shoots, big save, back stop made by Forsberg. Besser rolls it in, he shoots, misses wide, off the target and off the wall. This will go back the other way. Well, timing is not just perfect. When you're doing it something that's not quite right, you can't play it like you're just doing it and you're missing it wide. You really have to make some better tiny adjustments, and you have to just play it for some real occasions. I don't know if it's going to keep happening, but that really took it over. Weiss will stop by Forsberg. Here's Hughes. Shot, going for a big save on the play after a defensive take. Miller went down on the tightness out there. Nobody picking up a rebound as he finds Stutzel. Stutzel now finds it open again to Goudet. Cousins shot. This is wide, and this one rolls it again to DeBrusque. DeBrusque goes down. The rebound by Goudet. Here's another one. A big stop remained by Thatcher Demko. That's blocked by Elias Pettersson. Cousins takes it over with under 90 seconds remaining in the third period. Rolls to Cousins. Cousins rolls it over again to Clement. DeBrusque gets smashed almost right toward the board. And Thatcher Demko will come right in with 1:15 left to remain in the third period. It has been a wild game, but this is a close range, so this could be it or not. As a win, here's one steps up, and Southsea takes it over and now finds again to Bluger. Here's a chance, rushing it back, and glove catch made by Forsberg. 1:05 remaining in the third period. As we're nearing down the final minute in the regulation. Now it's moving forward to Vancouver. We're down to a final minute in the third period.
There's 1 minute left to remain in the third period.
Give it over to get a Bluger. Bluger trying to go in. Here's a shot, glove catch by Forsberg. Down to 52 seconds in the third period to get another face-off coming up. Oh my goodness, they are really expecting what Miller really had to do for him. And now as Brady Tkachuk already had a relentless hit, he really wants to smash it down. Wants to get the team on a hurry. Now as Vancouver wins the face-off, he now finds Hronek. He goes with a hit. Suter takes it over on a shot. Big save by Forsberg. Into the middle. This one takes out. Rebound by Suter. Miller. Trying to give it all what they can. Hronek shot. Big save. And now it rolls over to Ottawa. Rebounded by Quinn Hughes. One timer. Misses away. Down to 20 seconds. They're going to get the extra attacker coming on. There's not much time left. And with the finish, here's Clement on a shot. Big save by Thatcher Demko. Hronek will send it over to Garland. Garland pulls it deep and it will end the game. Bullseye through as they will have the winning score for Connor Garland to take a 5-3 lead. That you do now. Connor Garland was simply don't let him be counted out. And he remains sidestep. He just hung up with a bit deep on the end, and he could definitely finish it off from here. That's really definitely what kind of got him made. He really took it all over. Just about 5 seconds to finish the game. You know what they expect now. Teams on the Canucks are firing it up. They definitely are letting things at night. It looks like this will be a happy place to finish it off from here. And Canucks going to win from here. Vancouver Canucks wins it all, 5-3. Your final score.
Vancouver Canucks empty net goal. His 27th goal of the season, scored by number 8, Connor Garland. That's his first goal of the game, the 34th goal of the season. Assisted by number 17, Philip Oronik. And by number 35, Thatcher Demko. Time of the goal for the empty net on Vancouver. 19:55 remaining in the third. Your final score for tonight's game, Vancouver 5 and Ottawa Senators 3.
Along with Wood, Spoonie, and Tyler, I'm Wade, your host here, and hope you have been enjoying with us for tonight's game with Center Beast and Center Ice. This is Roger, and we'll see you all again for next time. Thanks for joining us. Good night. Alright, thank you so much. Time for 3 start players in the game. Phil the Spade. With 1 goal, 1 assist, and 2 hits, he made this one an easy straight to pull it out on the rush. Then the second star player of the game rolls it in, turning the other way, Thatcher Demko, as he pulls in with 56 saves in a row, as he rolls that one with a nice big save. And your first star player of the game goes to a finish off for Ottawa, Anton Forsberg. 78 saves in the game, as he rolls it in with a nice change. Well, as I expected right now for Zub, he is out of the game as he's really noticing. We're definitely noticing that big hit for the Gipsy as he's really putting it in with the biggest smash down on the hit. So it looks like he won't be able to try to give it all what he got. He's definitely finished right now. He just can't get over it again. He's going to have to finish it all, but he can't just do from here. Exactly right. They're definitely appalled for anything. And for all that happens, they really have to give everyone a better range, a finishing sight, and a better touch to have it all. Let's make it clear to have that one in. And now here's how they did with the total statistics, as they're looking like they want to see what they can do to try to cover him at it. I have a little bit range in here, and probably you may never notice how is this definitely going to happen. 83 over 59 shots on goal. That's for Vancouver Canucks that they've really been shooting things over. 138 over 68 on the total hits of this between, and that racing was not putting in what they exceed. 1624 over 349, but not a lack of effort for a time on attack for Vancouver, but sometimes for Ottawa they really just need to give someone else a better option. But it was only 90 over 83% here for Ottawa Senators on the passing percentage. They really have to give it all what they do for it. 38 over 29 face-off wins. This really was a nice, but a great effort for a face-off win for Max and Quinn Hughes and their team. They've really been given all they can. And then we have the penalty kill, 6 minutes for Ottawa and 4 minutes for Vancouver. Just 1 power play goal with 2:24 and nothing for Vancouver with only 6 minutes. So that's it for right now for this game. And next week, we have our final game in Game 16 for the finish of the NHL regular season. That's right. Capitals and Jets. It's going to be a showtime. Well, folks, I hope you enjoyed it. Based out for a while as the NHL on EA Sports Style. This is Zoe Troop and Terry Crews signing you out. See you folks next time for the final game of the regular season. And then postseason. Keep your eyes and appearance on a swivel after GOTH of the night. To put it in with some better effort. See you next time. Good night, everybody.
If you don't, somebody will.